What's up you guys, and welcome to my channel again. In this video I'm going to present to you when we spoke in front of 500 plus people in AEW growth event by Quentin Flores and Aaron Evans in San Antonio, Texas. Here we present exactly how we actually find rock stars, how we find A players, how we get A players from Latin America or anywhere around the world, and we are telling you and showing you the exact process on how you can actually do it too. During the entire presentation, we give away several things. So if you actually want them, just let us know, give us a comment, and we'll send you everything that we gave away during that presentation. But during this video, we actually showed a couple things that we usually don't show in public. So we went all in and we actually showed everything that you need to know in order to hire VAs from Latin America. Okay guys, so I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and help me by subscribing to my channel and also smashing that like button, because it's going to help the YouTube algorithm. A lot more people are gonna see it and potentially get value. And if you find this valuable, also share it away with your friends, and let's go.
Hyped about, because these individuals have mastered the art of paid media. Facebook ads, PPC, Google ads. These guys are absolutely crushing the game. Not only that, but one of their specialties is recruiting high-level talent for your business. And this is a level some of you might not be at, but don't let it just go over your head, because soon you will be at this level where you need to recruit high-level talent so that you don't have to be doing all of the technical work in your business. And they have a mission that I absolutely love. I'm gonna read this mission to you guys. Their mission is to help 10,000 Latino remote workers get careers in real estate in the USA. Come on, y'all. How dope is that? I want you guys to please show some love for my guy Omir and my homie Esteban. Let's get it, y'all.
Saying I was rich since I was broke. Yeah, it's a state of mind, you gotta know. Yeah, that it's gonna happen for sure. Had to take my time, take it slow. Yeah, I've been saying I was rich since I was broke. Yeah, it's a state of mind, you gotta know.
Alright, love it. That's enough. That's enough. I just want to give you guys a huge shout out, and you guys need a huge round of applause, because you guys are here to level the fuck up. So everyone, a huge round of applause right now. Let's do it. I'm gonna take a picture here. Let's take a picture. Keep clapping, keep clapping. Yes. All right, that's enough. That's enough. I'm gonna use that as an ad later on. All right, so what we're going to talk today about is remote teams and how we got our businesses from good to grande. Essentially, how we're going to get our businesses from good to better. I know that's not the direct translation, but it's funny because it has the Starbucks logo there. So, how are we going to do this in real estate? In reality, I have one quick question for you guys first, and that question is, who here has remote team members across the globe? Raise your hand. Okay.
Some of you.
Let's try again. Who here has remote? Okay, wow. All right, I was expecting more.
Yeah, me too.
You raise your hand. Where's he from? Where's your remote team member from? Oh, sorry. There you go. Egypt. All right, who here has Egyptians? Raise your hand.
Okay, we got a couple.
All right. Who got Filipinos? Raise your hand.
Okay.
A lot. Who here has Latin Americans? Okay. Who doesn't have any remote team member? Everything is like in-house, in the office. Okay. Yeah, I was expecting kind of like that. Well, I'm gonna show you here. And how do I click here? This. Thank you. He forgot a really important part. But we're gonna cross it, guys. Okay. I'm gonna show you here. I'm gonna ask you, where are you not looking for world-class talent? Where are you not looking for world-class talent? We have scaled our businesses with world-class talent remotely. So, there's 3 pillars that we're gonna cover in order to find A players remotely.
Talent acquisition is the first one. We're gonna cover skill ascension, and last but not least is scaling and retaining. So, before we get started though, I wanna tell you a little bit about ourselves and why you should listen to us. So my name is Omir Block, and actually this next slide here, boom, it's my last picture as an Uber driver. In 2018, I was an Uber driver. In this picture, I drove to Boulder, Colorado, and I got my very first sales gig as a remote closer, working for Atlas Digital, closing over 300 chiropractors. Who here's been to a chiropractor? That's why I quit. No, I'm just kidding. So I went from that to closing hundreds of marketing agencies to this coaching program, which is actually where I met Esteban. And I noticed there's a massive hole in the space. All these businesses are trying to scale, but they can't find remote talent. They can't find closers, appointment setters, I mean, you guys name it, they just couldn't find it. And this picture is Eric Fosnad, who's actually my first client. In November 2020, he was doing roughly $10,000 a month, and he hired his very first VA. Today, he does over $250,000 a month, and he's hired 10 remote team members from us, which is amazing. It's honestly the coolest thing in the world. Huge, huge, huge. And guys, this is really where my first company, Using Favor, was birthed. And I realized, man, I love helping people find careers, and I love helping businesses find talent, find the talent they're looking for. But last year, Esteban came to me and he's like, dude, you're helping all these businesses. You're helping marketing agencies, you're helping doctors and gym owners, and you guys name it. And man, when you try to help everyone, you help no one. And this is where we created Remote Latinos together to help real estate investors like you guys, wholesalers, find lead managers, acquisitions managers, transactional coordinators, you name it, we help them. We actually work with over 100 real estate investors right now. You guys see James Hodges in here, Brent Daniels. There's a picture of Elon Musk, I don't know why it's there, but yeah. Now, guys, over the last 2 years, we've worked with over 400 companies, okay? Over 400 companies, finding 600 people all over the world, 40 different countries, remote team, remote work, remote careers. And this is actually a screenshot from a Zoom meeting that we had with Hessel Media, Esteban's company. The coolest part about this, guys, is that we are all remote. We're 100% remote. I'm digital nomad. I'm technically homeless, I guess, but it's been the last 3 years, but shout out to Colombia, by the way. All right, but real shout out to Mr. Remote Latino himself, Esteban.
All right. What's up, everybody? My name is Esteban, and like he said, I'm a remote Latino. I was born in Colombia. Then part of my life I lived in Canada. I lived there for a long time, huge diversity. And that's why it makes me a remote Latino. I understand them. I understand every single one of them. And I'm also a retired Uber driver, just like him. 4.87 stars. It's not like it matters, but I just wanted to put it out there. And I also spent 3.5 years in corporate America, working in Chrysler, in Detroit, and all these automotive companies as a design engineer, as an engineer in the headquarters, all right, Auburn Hills, Michigan. After that, I decided I wanted to go into entrepreneurship. That's when I started mastering the art of marketing, lead generation, and sales. And I did that through digital marketing, Facebook ads, Google advertising, TikTok, all of that. And this is one of the ads that you're gonna see there. If you ever go to Facebook after this presentation, you're probably gonna see one of my ads running there, the YouTube channel. But we helped over 200 people, real estate investors, in the last 3.5 years, make in commissions in their revenue 27 million across the globe. There's so many of them that we're helping right now. Now, these are 27, 25 plus remote rock stars helping all of you guys, real estate investors and wholesalers to make money. This is a picture of our town hall meeting remotely, 27 people in there. That's remote, that's Omir when he was balding, but he just came from Turkey. Shout out to everyone that wants to go through that. I support you guys, your dream, I support him. and because they told us to make this engaging, I want to ask you guys a question. Who here knows that Mexico is part of Central America? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Who here knows that Mexico is part of Central America? Okay. Here's the tricky part. Who here knows that Mexico is part of North America? Okay, okay. Well, the same way, all right, and actually, let's talk about it. In the same way that you guys think this, it's probably because a lot of people don't have passwords. And I've learned, and the co-founder of Airbnb actually said this, the people with the strongest opinions about others are usually people that don't have passports. So if you travel, you get to know people. Yes. So when you travel, you get to know people. And some of you guys, I don't know what's going on, but some of you guys think that VAs, Latin Americans, Filipinos, they look like this. Oh, sorry. The question is, the answer was that North America is part of North America, but some of you guys would think that remote Latinos, virtual assistants, they look like this. They're in the jungle, they just have a laptop, and for a miracle, there's Wi-Fi. Like, there's Wi-Fi connection. And I don't get it. Like, these people go to school, graduate, they have like incredible skills. And some of you guys just, I don't know, lower their position and their ability. And as a matter of fact, I'm gonna give a huge shout out to Carlos and Isabella. They flew from Ecuador and Colombia. We flew them in order to meet all of you guys. So I want you guys to go meet them in the booth, because they're gonna help you guys understand the value of a remote Latino.
And by the way, this is not them.
This is not them. But
Just
some
wanna
of
make
you
that very
guys
clear.
also would even think that, I don't know, like maybe they look like this, or anyways, I don't get it. Did you guys know that Elon Musk is building a plant in Monterrey because he wants to take Tesla to the next level? He leverages the power of Mexicans because they're such hard workers, they're so intelligent, they're so smart. Go. Yes. A lot of those companies. And out of the automotive industry in the US, it cannot exist without Mexico. I'm just telling you that. Anyway, so what really a remote worker is like this. A VA, like Shakira, could be a remote Latino. Sofia Vergara could be a remote Latino. And Lionel Messi could also be. And they're gonna take your business to this level, where you're gonna win the championship. Who has actually watched the World Cup? Who cheered for Lionel Messi?
Let's go. Viva la
Yeah,
Messi.
love that. I love you guys.
I love it. I
Okay,
love it.
awesome. Now there's another question. Oh, there you go. So this will be marketing, dispositions, acquisitions, and transactions. All right. Now I'm gonna ask you another question. What are the top 5 reasons why you would rather hire locally here in the United States compared to like another one? And for the person, thank you. You went ahead. All right. For the person that answers correctly, I'm gonna give you guys a shirt. He's gonna throw it at you or make you come. Okay? So the first one. Tell me. You have 5 seconds. Tell me what will be the reason. Someone said it. I can't see you, dude. But okay. Come get your shirt, because the first one, it's going to be accent. Come get your shirt. Come get your shirt. Real quick. Real quick. Real quick. So the second one. Who said that? All right. Come get your shirt. Come get your shirt. Let's go. Let's go. If I get to you the wrong size, let's talk about it next time. All right. So the third one is time zone. The fourth one is going to be. All right. So less training. You guys may think that it's less training. The fifth one is local advantage, right? You can do local errands and things like that. But what if I tell you, and did you know that you can also get this exact same requirements from Latin America, except that it's just remotely and you can't just tap them in the shoulder, but it's remotely. And we're gonna tell you how by going through the first 3 pillars.
Cool. Starting with talent acquisition. Guys, before we dive really deep into talent acquisition, I want to give a huge, huge shout out to Ashley and Brendan Hightower, who took their business from 6 to 7 figures, not just by having amazing systems in place, but also having 5 remote team members that they got from us. And actually, before we give them a round of applause, before I got on stage, Ashley told me that one of their team members is helping them close a $90,000 deal right now. So let's give them a huge round of applause. Unbelievable.
I love that picture. Anyways, go.
Cool. So we're gonna cover these 4 topics, guys. The first one is to set up for success. What does that look like? What does that even mean? Like, what do you need to have before hire anyone? What is Rockstar Legion? Where and how to find these people? The screening assessment you must have in place so you can actually find the right talent. And last but not least is the process, the streamlined process, so you guys can do this over and over again. So we're gonna go over the 10 commitments for success, guys. These are the 10 things you must have in place in order to find the people you guys dream of. Starting with core values that you live and breathe.
Mission statement and company long-term vision.
Having systems in place.
Flawless onboarding process.
Building a short-term and a long-term roadmap.
Know the hours exactly that they need per day and per week.
You must have 3 to 5 active deals or at least $5,000 to $10,000 saved.
Invest into mentorship or events like this one. Shout out to Quentin and Aaron.
Woo! Yes. Time for daily meetings and trainings.
And have an end of the day report, feedback loops, end of the week report.
Beautiful. So, guys, let's talk about Rockstar Lead Gen, because a lot of you guys want to find a lead manager. You want to find an acquisitions manager, transactional coordinator, but you don't really know the type of person you're looking for. You don't know the culture. You don't know, like, you don't have the day-to-day, you don't have the scripts, and you're just thinking that you're gonna put a job out and you're gonna magically find the right person. So have a deep understanding for the person you're looking for. Having an enticing job offer post. By the way, before I go over the job offer post, who here uses ChatGPT? Amazing. One of the best tools to use for job posts is ChatGPT. We use it every single day. You can change it up. You can make it enticing. Don't think, use ChatGPT. Like, just learn how to use that, you'll be good. We're gonna go over the top 5 sourcing channels that we have, how to leverage technology, which is like having a CRM and tracking. And last but not least is a strong company brand, right? Esteban just gave Quentin and Aaron a huge shout out. Guys, that is why we're here. If they had a shitty personal brand and we didn't trust them, none of us would be here, right? So why would a rock star, why would an A player, whether they're locally or remotely, why would they come work for you, right? What is it about you, your company, that they should follow, and you as a leader as well?
Ryan Pineda talked about this too, the brand, like he got A players from this.
And a lot of you guys have heard of always be beautiful. Our motto, outside of always be closing, is always be hiring. Always be on the lookout for amazing, incredible talent. Great talent doesn't grow on trees, guys. And if you don't have an active funnel in place that you guys are getting people to apply, you're missing out on so much talent, right? The cool thing for us, because we're a recruiting company, we get hundreds of applicants on a daily basis. So we get to see the best talent before anybody else does, okay? And then, who wants to know the top 5 sources we hire remote team members from? Give me a sir. Sir. Sir.
I love that.
I love it. I love it. So, the top 5 sources we are getting people from. All right, we're good.
You're good.
Number one is Facebook groups. I actually gave you guys a few options here, but if you literally go on Facebook groups and you type in virtual assistant, there's thousands of groups with hundreds of thousands of people that you guys can find. You probably have heard of Indeed and LinkedIn. I'm not going to dive too much into them, but Torrey.co and Remoteco has been incredible to find Latin American talent. Okay, literally we've hired hundreds of people from just these 2 sources. But I want to give you guys one more source, and this source is what Esteban has been specializing in. Before I give him time to talk about it, can we get a yeah? Yeah! Awesome. Let's go.
All right. So after we mastered Facebook ads to generate motivated sellers, to get even cash buyers, and also Google ads and Instagram ads, we found that it's kind of the same thing. And marketing is marketing. So we use Facebook ads to actually drive traffic from Latin America and get applicants that are high quality. So how do we get them through Facebook ads? You build a Facebook campaign that goes into Instagram too, but you have to have an amazing offer. Without an amazing offer, you're not going to attract talent. And a lot of people will say like, oh, lead manager or acquisition manager or my dispo manager, but that does not work. That's very niche, super niche. So you have to use corporate job names that people would recognize themselves from, or like just they know it. And the framework that you have to follow is you set up a campaign, you have a survey, maybe a couple of questions, maybe 15, 20 questions, run the ads, get people to apply. Ultimately, you check the application, and then you follow up real fast with them, where you reach out to them and screen people. So it takes about 10 to 15 minutes, kind of doing a pre-qualification. And after that, you take them through an interview process that it could be a 3-step interview process, through a skill test and so on. After that, you do recruit and onboard. These are the exact ads that we used to get lead managers, all right? Do whatever it is that you want to do. It's going to last until the end of the presentation. So, yeah, take advantage of it. So, sales direct rep, cold call agent plus, and you could also say up to $2,000 USD per month, work at home, fluent English, This is how it looks like, gets attention, and it gets leads for 40 cents, 20 cents. And it's huge, does an exact ad copy. And as a matter of fact, guys, Isabella, there you go. So we're gonna give it to you for free. So scan that code, and ultimately you can download it. It's gonna be the link, the bottom link, so that you can get it. All right, it's gonna last until the end of this presentation. So we're giving that away, other few things too.
Awesome. And we're almost done with the pillar one. Before now you guys have all these leads coming in from ads, from the platforms that we just talked about. You got to make sure you are getting on interviews with the right people. Okay, this is why screening and giving them assessment is super important. Again, I cannot preface this enough. Know exactly the type of person you're looking for. The culture, the accent, the work ethic, everything that you're looking for, you must really understand. Otherwise, you're going to hire the wrong person. You want to overqualify. And then skill test. A lot of you have probably never done a skill test yourself, or you've never actually hired anyone, so you don't know what to do, what kind of skill test to do. And I learned this from Layla Hermosi, and we're going to mention them a couple of times. Who's familiar with Layla and Alex Hermosi?
Yep.
Amazing, beautiful. Let's go, I love it. So I learned this from her, and she said, if you don't know what kind of skill test to do, look at the last 30 days of your business. And what are the top 3 problems you're currently having? Create a skill test around those, right? It could be sales, it could be transactions, whatever it is, okay? On the interview, you must throw curveball questions. A lot of you guys already know a lot of interview questions. You can look it up. But a couple questions that I personally love. Number 1, it's why shouldn't I hire you? What are your biggest weaknesses? People always love talking about the strengths. What are your biggest weaknesses, right? I can actually see if this person is coachable, if they're the right fit. Another one is, who is the smartest person you know? Not who's your hero, not who's the coolest person, who's the smartest person you personally know. And I love actually, getting to know the person a little bit more. A lot of you guys have a team already, so if you do, please have them involved in the process. You should not be, as your CEO, do not be the only one interviewing candidates. And last but not least is reference check. Check in on their previous job. And then you guys, please scan this if you want the screening framework and over 50 different interview questions that we use on a regular basis.
Stella's gonna hook you up right now, so it's gonna be turned on.
Cool, and we're not gonna go over the next one too deep, but please take a picture of this so you guys can have the 9 steps, or 8 steps, I guess we messed up on the numbers, of the recruiting, how to streamline your recruiting. Cool, so we're gonna go into pillar number 2, skill ascension.
This one is one of my favorite ones because Sharp and Distort is one of the biggest things that we do with everything. Continuous education, the moment that they come in and everything. But who here knows that the biggest players in the world train their skills every single day? Cristiano Ronaldo, who trains the same free kick, the same penalty kick, love that, the same skill set every single day, and he's unstoppable. Same thing for Tom Brady, Kobe Bryant. They're training every single day, even though they are like almost the perfect, amazing individual for the sport, right? And here's the thing, business is like war and the ultimate sport. The only thing that really differs on how you make it is the effort that you put in. So you gotta learn how to actually play the game, all right? So, amateurs practice until they get it right, and professionals practice until they can't get it wrong. So if you know this, why are you not applying this exact same thing to your team members? Doesn't matter if it's a VA. You're not training them to the point where they can't get it wrong. If you want to be the same way, they have to also have the same treatment. Let me guys ask you a question. If you were to hire yourself and you're in this other country and you have all these poor systems, onboarding, poor training, poor leadership, poor accountability, would you like to be hired by yourself? Like, how would you feel if you get hired and the first day there's nothing but just dust?
And then if you do hire, would you succeed? Would they succeed? Right? Always ask that question because it's something that a lot of people skip.
Yeah, so if you come in, what's going to happen the first day, the first week, the first month, every single day? That's how you got to think of it. So, the daily trainings are huge. You cannot miss daily trainings, especially when you are in an operator role, manager role, and you're managing operators as well. So trainings in the morning could be 30 minutes, 1 hour, where you go over wins, especially for the salespeople, go over KPIs, projections for the day and for the week. What was done, what do you learn, what was the lessons learned, what are they struggling with, and most importantly, go over a skill set or a problem or a challenge that is going to help them in a daily basis. Because with this feedback loops, they're only gonna grow, all right? So that is one of the biggest things that you need to do in your trainings. All right, so what does a daily training of a multi-7-figure company look like? Boom, it's for you. Take it, screenshot, actually just scan it. It's for you until the end of the presentation, okay? So what an end of the day report or just a feedback loop, daily or weekly look like? What's it supposed to look looking like? And answer is also here. You're gonna take a sample right in there. We don't have a lot of time to go over it. So scan it and make sure that you go in there and you actually get it. Isabella is gonna hook you up with this, okay? And if you have questions, go to the booth. All right. This is like a sample outline for the short-term roadmap that we did whenever we were onboarding. This is week 1, but you gotta make sure that the first day, like, they're set up. They come into your company and they're feeling, wow, this is like the best company, company in the United States, and I'm gonna make so much money, my career is gonna be here. You're maybe 2 people in your company, but that's how they're gonna feel, all right? Yep. That's how you're gonna make them feel.
Yep.
All right, the outline for the long-term roadmap, give it away. We're gonna give it away right there. That's how we actually do it. Shout out to closers.io. Cole Gordon's one of my mentors. And you gotta be super mega patient in your hiring process, especially because of remotely. The type of communication is that you can't just tap someone on the shoulder and you have their response right there. It's Slack, right? You send in Slack messages. We use a Slack for communication. But as long as they're showing up, they're showing up on time, they're asking a ton of questions, they're resourceful, they ultimately want to be part of your team, they believe in your vision, they're being resourceful, again, super important. Thinking outside the box, they are showing you the potential, they're going above and beyond. They're the GOATs, and they ultimately want to figure things out, all right? They're getting 1% better, and you're gonna see that in the very first, first week, you're gonna see that in the first month. And you gotta be patient.
Before we go into this, you guys are all in real estate investing, wholesaling. On average, how long does it take for you guys to get a deal? If it's over 3 months, go ahead and raise your hand. Like 3 months, some of you guys 6 months. Sometimes you guys, maybe it's like 2 months, right? Or 9 months, whatever the case is, it takes time, right? That's the one thing about real estate. And you guys are hiring virtual team members, and then 2 weeks later, you're like, this guy, this is not it. If they're showing up and they did exactly what we just did, please give them time, give them the effort. If they're putting effort, give them the exact same effort back.
If it takes time to get deals, to get homes, then it takes time to get rockstars, retain those rockstars. Yep. So, scale and retain. What is it? There you go. A rising tide rises all ships. And with the scale and retain, you have to learn how to empower your leaders. Have you guys ever heard that tech companies, usually, for the first 10 founding team members, they'll give 10% of the company to these founding team members, especially when they are rock stars, when they're team leaders? It's because they give empowerment to them. They give empowerment, they make them leaders, and they ultimately just own the position, they own the role. So building an impeccable culture is one of the biggest lessons by this guy. Look at him, the way, but you're gonna learn a lot from him. This guy taught me that one of the biggest things that I was missing out was high recognition, praise, and reward. I don't know, I was just so selfish, and I was not recognizing my team members even though they were doing really good things. I would just see the negative things. But recognizing your team members in every single day, every single week, whenever you see the opportunity, is going to drive the culture just up. Praise and reward, and this is what's going to ultimately scale your results, because it might be intangible, but it's one of the biggest investments that you're going to do, and it requires literally no effort. Just change the way that you communicate and change the way that you proactively recognize people. Praise and reward. Actually, Leila Hormozi told me, literally in the mastermind that I was in, told me, put in the calendar every single day a block that reminds you that you need to praise and reward people. Praise and reward, praise and reward, praise and reward. So I took that to heart, I started doing it, my culture just went through the roof. His culture is amazing, so shout out to Amir for showing me that, because now I'm showing this to you, okay? So, building the dream team, you guys can do this and allocate all the skill sets for literally dispo, literally acquisition, TC. A lot of you guys have hired TCs from us, actually hired TC. High-level skill sets, you can have an entire team just from remote. Raise your hand, who here is in the real estate wholesaling space? in the real estate space, right? Okay, wrong. Wrong. You guys are wrong. You are a marketing and sales organization. Did I surprise you? You need to know, thanks. You need to know that it's a marketing and sales organization. Are you the same dude that says, "Sir"? Anyways. Marketing and sales organization. That's your mindset. It's a mindset shift, but here it is. You generate leads, you close those deals. You generate buyers, you close those deals, right? You fulfill for your clients. But it's a marketing and sales organization. And you're a marketer first, you're a closer second, and real estate after. Outbound and inbound marketing needs to be combined in order to really control your lead flow, your deal flow, and scale. So when you have things like cold calling, SMS, marketing, agent outreach, and then you'll have PPC, Facebook ads, direct mail. You have inbound and outbound combined, but don't go crazy and start with everything right away. You gotta combine that in order to control the one rule of business that is going to make you more money. Set appointments and close appointments. And this guy loves abbreviations, so we're gonna call it SACA.
SACA, SACA.
SACA, SACA, all right? So, when you have that, you can measure appointments that are showing in your pipeline, that show go to appointments, talk to you, have great conversations, to contracts, and that is going to help you really start scaling your marketing. So, what should be your first hiring be? It depends where you are ultimately in your business, but if you're starting out, you should hire operators, all right? To set the appointments. Remember SACA, the S? Hire operators, but also you can run inbound depending on the situation where you are, your stage of your business. Run inbound channels because that's going to give you time back. You don't have to hire operators. And just get operators. Get yourself outside of the operations role where they're doing the daily tasks that it's not really giving you a return of time. And you have to do it, yes, but it's not giving you a high level return time and high value return of time. So hire operators, become a smooth operator, all right? Smooth operator. Get great at just hiring these operators, and ultimately, that's an extra picture, I don't know why. All right, sorry. Journey of the real estate investor, wholesaler without VAs. Launch your campaigns, lead appointments, contracts, full pipeline, stress out, no time for nothing, opportunities lost, back to the hamster wheel. And just like our great philosopher, Joe Biden, what? What? Sir? So, this is a journey of you with virtual assistants. Launching campaigns, follow-up and training, contracts, hiring a VA, scaling, you have a scaling meeting with us or with your team. Sanity is back. You scale ad spend, you scale operations, right? That is the way that you gotta do it, and now you feel like a champion. By the way, tonight is UFC, and this guy is a huge fan. He's gonna miss the party. Anyways, yeah. So your next hirings could also be either marketing or just controlling the lead flow. So marketing, cold callers, SMS specialists, agent outreach, all of that. Make sure that you are getting marketing right when you need to get busy with leads. And once you get the marketing right, then you're gonna be able to hire these people. I mean, in order to get the marketing right, you need to be able to hire people like cold callers, data scrapers, SMS specialists, social media outreach specialists, setters for agent outreach, whatever. You control the lead gen, you control the appointments. Or, depending on your position, lead management, where you have already leads coming in, you are at capacity 70, 80%. You're gonna be able to control lead management and follow-up. When you get 3 to 4 deals per month at 80% capacity, you can ultimately focus on the closing appointments, hire closers. And did you know that you can find VA closers? Latin Americans have high abilities, like high capacity of individuals that can learn sales processes like air client sales process, the GOAT sales process. You can teach them the training with everything that we told you already on how to become GOATs at sales. And you're just gonna turn them around. I have a friend called Scott Morris. He turned around people that were in customer service, made them ultimate closers. Check them out. And they're sales-driven, hungry. But ultimately, you gotta become a better leader, a better sales manager, and don't stop daily trainings, okay? Ultimately, one second. Ultimately, you can download this one, and we're almost done here. I have a task for you guys. Take a picture of this is your to-do list before you go. I mean, after you get home, make sure you take a picture of this. And our time is up, and I want to be respectful, but let's get it. Hope that you guys crush it. You guys see us outside.
Let's go.
Let's freaking go.
Thank you guys.
Sir.
Thank you guys. Thank you.